You probably expected to see a picture of myself wearing this jacket, but Sketchbook, the drawing program that I use on my laptop, decided to be stupid with me again, and I figured there were those 2 times where I accidentally switched to the front-facing camera on my Five Nights at Freddy's livestream, so if you haven't seen that, this is what I look like. Are you happy now? Good. Let's talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What started out as just a one-off comic by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, satiring the comic book industry at the time, quickly turned into one of the world's biggest phenomenons of a franchise, and I love it to death. Even though I was about 6, 7, or 8 when I first heard about this franchise's existence, it wasn't until I was 10 when the Nickelodeon series came out that I really started to fall in love with it. Even though it wasn't the first fandom I was a part of, it was the first one I more than actively participated in. And I'm still pretty proud of it because this show actually became a huge part of what I am today. And I really have to thank the people behind that one in particular for it and for getting me into all the other stuff and getting to respect it the same way. And hey, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is coming out soon, and though we don't have a whole lot of information on it, I'm actually willing to give it a chance because it looks like a really fresh and unique take. I actually hope to make an entire video dedicated to just that because there are some issues that I know people really are having a hard time with. Even if it does end up being bad, we still have a lot worse out there. I'm looking at you coming out of their Shells tour. And of course, with absolutely anything successful, there come bootlegs. People trying desperately hard to capitalize on the success of something brilliant by making their own crappy versions, and it's hilarious to see how hard they fail. So I'm gonna look over some of my favorite TMNT bootlegs. Please enjoy. Let's start off with probably the most easily predictable bootleg, Teenage Mutant Ninja Tortoise. I really don't think I need to explain what's wrong with this one. All you did was change turtle to tortoise. But have you heard of New Style Ninja Tortoise, complete with even worse quality? The figure itself is easily the best part of this, from totally not Leonardo's face to his S-belt to the tortoise sticker on his chest. Yeah, I think it's been made abundantly clear already he's a tortoise. Can we please move on? Okay, now I kinda regret saying that. Heroes of the World Fighter, huh? Did this franchise suddenly get mutated with He-Man and this was the terrible result? From the spiky weapons and shields, to Splinter's terrible Green Arrow and Martian Manhunter crossblade, to April trying to get in on the action, to the terrible art advertising some sort of story going on the back of the boxes, this is an 80s bootleg in every sense of the word. Another rather expected one with Turtles Fighters. Like, oh my gosh, these paint jobs are so terrible, but especially on not Michelangelo and his teeth. Ugh! Hey kid, all those action figures you had before? They're worthless. Get ready for talking! Karate Turtle Warriors! For real though, I wonder what their voices sounded like, if they really had any at all. Pizza Team! Cowabunga! Cause are for losers! We're using K's from now on, right dudes? Yeah! Wow guys, nice kimonos. Splinter would be proud of you, considering he's what Karate Turtle Warriors is selling to us right now. Terribly. Look at this thing, he's like an unfinished poop that just wants to fly away. Poor unfortunate soul. Be free, Splinter! We're just finding more kinds of terrible today, aren't we? So, Ninja Hero Rider. Well, we just found Ribby and Croaks' long-lost ancestors. Doesn't matter what side of the family, because I'm pretty sure they'd want to forget about this disaster. But, the main gimmick about these, turtle frog nightmare things is that they have horses. And if you wish, you can actually look this up. Some people actually show the figures in their full size, but the box art alone is enough to convince me to stay away. Las Fantásticas Tortugas. I apologize to any Spanish speakers out there, but, what is it with Mexico and their love of bootlegs? And what is this anyway? Some kind of turtle hotel? Are they practicing how to use a fire escape? I don't know. Courageous Righteous! What the hell are they doing? And here's what they look like unboxed next to a Next Mutation Leo figure. And yes, I'm completely aware that the Next Mutation sucked too. I actually plan to talk about that in a video as well. You've heard of the Triceratons, now get ready for more mutated dinosaur aliens that... I got nothing, these are just plain horrible. And they're all dressed in almost the same gear as the turtles, but there's this one guy that has a Santa hat on? It's red and blue, and it's just as bad as everything else in this picture. I don't even want to know what kind of species this knockoff version of Raphael is supposed to be, but considering that the back of it looks like this, we should all run and hide. The conspiracy theorists were right and the lizard people apocalypse is upon us now. Oh yeah, and that gross hairball thing. Wow. And I mean just, wow. How little did you really care when you did this? A Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle package with multicolored army guys. Oh my gosh. And that's all I got because this is its own special mix of lazy and careless. For some reason, Power Ranger Megazords and/or Transformers are very popular bootlegs, and now they gave us Donatello's incredibly bad Halloween costume from a while ago. Hooray for more bootlegs in Spanish! And no, I'm not gonna even try to say that one. And now it's time for the Turley game, Fighters for Freedom, in an alien dimension where stupidity reigns supreme apparently. I mean, these guys don't even have the same skin color on their bodies as they do their heads, and they look more like King Star King characters than anything else. Fighting Action Turtles. I guess all I can say about this one is, why are all the ones on the box Donnie and Raph is the one that's being packaged? Amicable Herculean. Why do they have human bodies and mutated turtle heads? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles gun, with unbeatable recoil action and flash, firing sound, and moving barrel. They never used guns! That's common sense! But now we move on from that to Ninja Fighter's gun set, with not just a gun, but darts, a watch, a badge, handcuffs, and a walkie-talkie. I think you got the wrong franchise, guys. Well, looks like the Russians beat IDW to the Turtles and Batman crossover comic idea. But all the bootlegs we've seen so far are from the 1987 cartoon. If you're looking for diversity, you're in luck, I guess, because here are some other turtle incarnations with bootlegs. Like the 2003 4Kids series Turtles, starring in Teenage Mutant Ninja, with, who's that? He doesn't look like any of the other turtles. Got a different weapon, a yellow mask, and, yeah, what is this? Well, let's try again with these Raph and Leo figures. And even though Mikey is nowhere to be seen on the packaging, he's still there in the form of this horrifying mask. What the hell? This one's probably just a packaging mistake and not an actual bootleg, but it's too good to pass on, so I'm putting it on here anyway. So we've got a remote control Leo in the style of the Back to the Sewer season, but what are Woody and Buzz from Toy Story doing on the packaging? Where they just pasted on there and everyone thought it was too funny to leave off? Now let's take a look at new Justice Fighter, clearly trying to leech off of the 2007 movie. It's also packaged as Legend Hero, just to add on to the fact that these are heroes, they're legendary, and they suck. Hey, do you remember when Nickelodeon teamed up with Legos to make their own Lego versions of the Turtles before they switched to crappy Mega Bloks versions? Those were fun times. They're also where a majority of the knockoffs of this show come from. Like Turtles and, something probably in Chinese, because that's where a lot of bootlegs originate from too. But D-Cool decided to take it a step further than Zhao and make the one and only Ninja 2 Turtles, because we already have Ninja Turtles 2. Actually, we got it twice, so I'm just doing the best I can with this one. Looks like everyone here's got a skateboard and, really desperate attempts at high tech for clothes. Let's take a look at the roster, shall we? There's Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello, Shredder, Donatello again, Dark Turtle, which is really just the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Dark Leo, and Krang with one A instead of two because nobody knew what kind of Krang they were talking about apparently. But both of those are nothing compared to Lele's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I gotta say, your turtles have very smooth skin, so much in fact it's almost sickly. They also look nothing like the toy, which isn't even the Lego figurine, it's just a Lego top that you can spin around and put the figurine on. Maybe the figures were sold separately or something? but I guess at the very least they got Donnie's name right. Well, this is rather interesting. A crossover, kind of like Transdimensional Turtles or the Wanted Bebop and Rocksteady episodes. Here we got the 80s Turtles and Splinter in 2012 series packaging. Funny enough, I actually remember seeing 2012 figures in 87 packaging, but I couldn't find it anymore. Okay, what? No. The face on that thing is just as bad as the fact that the plastron isn't painted underneath the belt. You featured one of the most famous fan art pictures of the Turtles on the top of the box, as if stealing people's art didn't anger me enough, and the 2012 version of Raph in the bottom right corner.
But that's just the toys. You won't believe what else these guys tried to sell.
This one might not be a bootleg either, but can someone please explain to me why the Turtles arcade game is playing and its sticker's on the front, meanwhile a Simpsons sticker is on the side of it? Moving on to fake game cartridges, we've got High Game 1999 New Turtles. Why are the Turtles 3 Turtles on there, along with, I guess comic versions of Turtles in samurai outfits? For crying out loud, the drawing of Leo is blocking movie Donnie's view. Turtle Ninja 2, a beach vacation game, I guess. Now let's take a look at some playing cards of all things with 2 Mikeys on the box. I can't tell if this one is a bootleg or a parody, but who in their right mind would put the Michelin Man in Mikey's colors and put Somewhere Over the Rainbow on a towel? Mighty Mutant Power Turtles battle the secretive goo. I'm being serious when I ask what exactly is this thing. It looks like a terrible Turtles and Power Rangers crossover aside from the one we actually have. And even though it's boxed like a VHS tapes and even has some of the warnings, it's clearly bubblegum. Bubblegum! Turtle pies were bad enough, now we have bubblegum? Pubescent frogs of silent war. Actually, the funniest thing about this isn't even the costume itself. It's the fact that Brandon Auman, executive producer of the Nyx series, saw this and put it on his Instagram. He too is a fan of the pubescent frogs. But that being said,
all of this is absolutely nothing compared to what you're about to see. I saved the best for last. Prepare yourselves for...
Little Plucky's Ninja Protects. Oh man, there is too much wrong with this at once, but this time I'll actually try to get every little thing that's so awful and hilarious at the same time about it. 1. Who is this turtle exactly? He's got a red mask and bands in size, but he has blue eyes and katanas, and he's got the letter D on his belt buckle. 2. He's actually holding the guns that I guess are supposed to be in the box. Which I guess is what you want to go for in toy packaging, but oh man, the design is so lame. But easily the best part about this whole thing is Shredder in the background, lying supposedly dead on the floor. But what did he do to deserve this? Put the 2012 Shredder on there instead and I'll be happy. Yeah, I know, it would have been ahead of its time, but really, this bootleg as a whole is already wrong, so what else can you do? I'm just gonna leave this here.
Thanks for watching, and hopefully I can start using Sketchbook again soon and you don't have to look at my ugly self in the middle of my closet.